of that.
Okay, so we're live and we're back. So the first question I have for you girls today is, what does friendship mean to you?
For me,
Yeah.
friendship means that you have someone to support you unconditionally,
Okay.
someone that will tell you the truth without judgment behind it, someone that you know for sure has good intentions. So even if they insult you, it doesn't hurt because you know that they have the right intentions behind it. So for me, I'm a Scorpio. There's no surface friends for me. Like, I might know you, I probably don't know your name, but my friends are my everything. Like, they could call me and I will drop everything anytime to go to them. And vice versa, or you're not a friend.
So Suzanne, from what I'm getting from you, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
a woman can have quite a number of best friends. It's not just that one person. Or do you think it's just that one person? It's just one person who's your best friend, or you can have a number of best friends?
I think as you get older, you need a group of women. You can just say a circle of friends. It can be 5, it can be 8, because you deal with so many things in your life. You know, you might need this one for this one for that, this one for
Got
that.
you.
They all are like pillars, you know, and they really lift you up, and you do the same for them too. So it doesn't have to be one. Like, you know, when you were younger, you thought, oh, I just want one best friend, and you really, you know, didn't have a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
The more
I think
you
I'm
get
in that
older,
boat too now. I think I'm in that boat where I have a couple of friends that are really, really close, and there's a particular person I would go to for a specific thing, and there's another person that I'll go to for another specific thing. So I think we're saying that a woman can have multiple best friends.
Yeah, I think by definition, a best friend is
Yeah.
best. So I think we should kind of get rid of that term after elementary school.
We're getting rid of the term best friend.
Yeah, because at the end of, you know, I mean, that's cute when it's
Sisterhood.
BFF and it's this and it's that, but
Yeah, sisterhood.
but I don't think there's
Sisters.
anyone that's best, because I try not to compartmentalize my friendships, but at the same time, there are people that, like, if it's a kid problem, I know I'm going to them because we have similar parenting styles.
Yeah.
If it's you know, a husband problem, I know I'm going to this certain girl that I know has a really strong marriage. If it's spiritual, I have an older woman that is my spiritual mentor who I would go to.
Got you.
So I really I was thinking when you were talking about you have different friends for different things, I was thinking, oh no, I don't. I would never compartmentalize my friendships.
Yeah.
But
I think
it's
that's
true.
valid. I think that's a valid point. But I couldn't go up to number 8 because for me, I am a very emotional friend. Like, if you tell me something that's a worry of yours, it is now a worry for me. And so I have to keep my friendships small and limit
Otherwise
the number, or I'm just drained all the time because I really take that.
You're an empath.
Yeah, I take it on.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
But you know, with that happening though, you know, with that happening, with us having multiple women in our lives or in our circle, you know, sometimes things change. You know, sometimes things change. Sometimes I feel like some friends outgrow us, and I feel like sometimes we outgrow some friends. How do you know when your friendships go south? How do you know when your friendship with a particular person or with a group of people is deteriorating? How do you know?
Well, first of all, like any relationship, you would need to have a few things in common. This is what gets you attracted to that person in the first place. This is your friend, you have a few things in common, and you build from there. And as you get older, having those friends, you know, the more, you know, you are into each other and you're there for each other. But as soon as you get to a point whereby you're married, you have kids, you have this and that, and your friend, let's say, for example, your friend is not married, doesn't have kids, they can't really relate to you. You love them, you always love them, but they can't really they're not on the same page with you. And you do need women who are mothers, who are just like those single people, you have friends who are single, to help them, I don't know, live the best single life that they can have, right?
Just stay up until 4 a.m.
So I still have a few friends that are single, by the way, and yes, our friendships have changed slightly. I mean, we're still girlfriends and we still chat whenever we can, but I think we just have, and I don't know if this is a proper thing to say, and I don't know how my single friends are probably going to feel hearing this, but I think our priorities have changed. Our priorities have changed. For example, there's no way you're going to be calling me up to come go partying with you at and I will party with you if I can, but it just doesn't fit into my schedule anymore, right?
Yeah, I'm 7:30. I'm so sleepy already. And
yeah,
us me before I had kids. 7:30. I used to be a night person.
Yeah.
I would have so much energy.
I think we all used to be night
through
people.
the night.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
But I have two. I would say two of my very closest friends. One is not married. Actually, both of them are not married right now, and one has never had children. And they're still two of my closest friends. But I think this brings us to our next point of what is friendship, and they respect my boundaries. So
oh yes, we're
know,
gonna get to that.
They know my party hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Exactly.
Okay? So, we can do a boozy brunch, and I will dance on some tables with you, but
it's between 10
yes,
and 2.
10 to 2 are
when
my
the kids are in
operating
school.
hours.
Yeah.
Yes, and then after that, halas, I'm going home to my family. You can keep going until 4 in the morning. And so, I used to have a friend that was still single after I had kind of settled down, and she would be like very offended that I didn't stay out with her. And I would and that was a lack of respect on my boundaries. But the two girls that I have stayed super close to, you know who you are. They understand my boundaries and they accept them wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge.
Talking about that though, right? We're talking about how friendships can change over time. I feel like some friends are there for a season, some friends are there for a reason. But in all of this, conflicts come. I want to know how you deal with conflicts in friendship. Or what do you think is the major cause of conflicts in friendship?
Miscommunication.
yeah.
Miscommunication,
Definitely.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, because when you're friends with someone, you're always coming from a good place. The other person can take it in a different way, and that's why it's important to be kind and not, even if you are going to be honest, don't be brutal. Find a way. Don't sugarcoat it either, right? Because you want
so
the
there
best
has to
for
be a
your
balance.
friend. Yes, there's certain things that maybe a friend is doing that may even endanger their own lives. That's when you really have to be like, hey,
there's
there's
times
no
they
way
still don't
of-
listen.
yeah, but at least you
did your
that
part.
You did your part,
Right.
But yeah, I think as long as you're friends and you have that foundation has been laid with kindness and love and just being there for each other. The other friend will always understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but having said that though, I have some friends I have this one friend who, if I need to tell her the truth, I can't be brutal. It will totally crush her.
Like she'll just cry.
Yes. Yeah, she'll have a meltdown. So I always I tend to kind of sugarcoat it a little bit. I still try to tell her what needs to be said, but I have to really sugarcoat it. And there's some friends who...
I think there's fragile people in the world. I think
Yeah.
there's fragile women. I think there's very strong women. And I don't think it's across the board all the time. But I think we have to know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And also, do you have to be, is it something of a life and death situation? That's how I look at it. If you're going to be so brutal to your friend, does she really, really need to know that thing? Does she need to be shaken from, I don't know, whatever situation that you might be telling her? If that's the case, yes. But if not, and you know their character, and you know maybe how sensitive they are, you can try to find ways to go about it to communicate with them. You know what I mean? I'm saying be honest, tell your friend.
Yeah.
But the way you would tell this friend is not how you would say to this friend, But what's important is the information,
It's passed across.
Yeah.
Susan, I feel like you want to say something.
I'm just not like that. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like if I had a friend that if I tried to tell her something, she started crying, we probably wouldn't be friends very long.
I agree with that about you. I think you're a very honest person, you're a very direct person.
Yeah, but
But
I mean,
Suzanne,
your original
sometimes
question was how
Yeah.
do you deal with conflict, and
Yeah.
my answer is head
on.
on.
Okay.
And I'm
no
not.
shortcut. Just
Yeah.
No
So
shortcut.
I understand other people can like tippy toe and be more, you know, PC about it if you
Yeah.
want to say that. But I'm not. And
Yeah.
so, you know,
And that's okay.
And I want to address it head on. And if
Yeah.
you don't want to acknowledge that there's a problem, or you
Mm.
want to stick your head in the sand, then our friendship is not going to go anywhere. Just because I don't deal with conflict that way, and I don't allow other people that
Yeah.
are close to me to deal with conflict that way.
What's one thing
and that's
that
a
you
flaw of
can?
mine.
What's one thing that you can stand in friends, or in people generally? People who
Disloyalty all day long.
disloyalty. How about you, Tava?
Yeah, I mean, I hate people who are disloyal. I just feel like you have to
Hate's
always.
a strong word.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, hate
that's
is-
how much she doesn't like
That's
it.
how much I don't like it. I'm not, it's like it's one of those things I do not want to tolerate. I do not want to have to tolerate.
Yeah, I
You know
don't
what,
like insincerity in people either.
I want to be your friend even if I don't see you for the next 30 days
Yes.
or a year. I still want to know that you have my back, I have your back. So, I mean, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It's just like having a cheating partner. I don't know. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
If I had to take it there,
Yeah.
you know? There's no excuse.
Well, yes.
How are you
Oh,
my
yes.
friend and then you
Yeah. I agree with you.
backstab me or
Yeah.
And even if you try to fix it, it's never really the same. Are you really ever going to trust that friend again? Because that's another thing. Because it's just a domino
Yeah, I
effect.
think
I really like where you're taking this to
initially
taboo.
you have to know what loyalty means.
Exactly. So I have this one friend, or I have had this one friend who, at some point in my life, was my really, really good friend, right?
Yeah.
And we had an issue where I'd said something to her, and that's why I'm always like, we really need to be careful what we say sometimes. Now this girl was my one friend. Now she took this thing that we talked about and gone to say to the person that had said, but when she was gonna tell this person, she totally misrepresented what I said. Now time has gone, but she's asked to be forgiven. She's come to say, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry that I got in between your friendship with this person. I'm sorry that I said what it is that I said, and we're on a path of healing right now. We're getting to, I think that we're taking steps to rebuild our friendship. We're not there yet. Our friendship is not there yet, but I feel like we can go back to being as we were before.
Oh wow, you're better than me.
Yeah, and me too.
I mean, I think there's a time for forgiveness.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna forgive you and let you go.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. But I mean, again, I think that's a flaw of mine. I don't necessarily think that's good. I just know myself at this age to know that, once you burn this bridge.
Yeah.
Unless
There's
I
no
have
going back.
committed to you under God, the bridge is burned.
So wait a minute, girls. I really like where this is going. We just compared friendship with our marriage. So are you saying that if your husband cheats on you, you won't take him back?
I'm not saying that.
I
So
don't know.
so that's different.
I think she's saying that. She actually mentioned
I
that
think I
as an example.
I mentioned it as an
An
example
example.
because I feel like it's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
I just
Absolutely.
wanted to talk about loyalty.
Yeah,
It's been something really,
Mm.
really up there.
Mm,
You cannot really, just do that to people.
mm,
I mean, like Suzanne said, you can forgive someone,
mm.
but we're not wired that way. Why is it easy for us to forgive but we don't forget? So now it's better to just not even do that to people,
Got you.
because I will forgive you, but where
Yeah.
do we stand? Where do we
Yeah.
go from
I'm
here?
slightly different in that regard.
You
I
are,
feel
and
like
it's good that you are.
yeah, I'm slightly. I'm not a fantastic person. You guys know that I'm not the best person in the world, but
No one
I
is.
feel like there's room for forgiveness, and I feel like people can realize their mistakes and actually change, you know, this friendship with this particular girl, I don't want to jeopardize it because I've been with her. I know she's a really good person. Maybe she was in a bad spot. Maybe she was going through something at the time and, you know, it just came out of her mouth. And you never know. You know, you never know. I feel like there should be room for forgiveness and second chances. I don't know about third chances or fourth chances, but I do know about second chances.
Good.
Yeah?
That's very big of you. That's very, I mean, I think anybody can forgive and say, okay, we're still friends. But we probably, me and Suzanne talking about minor things. Really, really small things. But when we're talking about something big, you know.
Okay, so when is it gossip or when is it girl chat?
Same.
Cause you know, wait. No, let's be real, girls. Let's be real. You know,
Same.
We can get together for coffee or something, right?
Yeah.
And girls talk. We women talk a lot. You know, we can. So I really need to know: is there a line between girl chat or gossip?
What is your? I think it goes back. The reason I say same is because it goes back to your intentions. Okay. If my intention is just to have a little laugh with you about something that somebody else did that you and I have both done, I think in the Bible that's called gossip. But between you and I, it's just girl chat because we're not trying to hurt that person. We're not thinking that either one of us is going to go back and jockey for a position with a friendship with that person. We're just saying, did you hear what this girl did and got caught? Okay, we've done it too. We didn't get caught. That's good girl talk. It's also gossip. Same. Our intention is good. Now there are people that gossip, and I think with bad intention, and that's when I really do leave the room because it's really like hey, we really shouldn't be friends with this girl because you know what she did. Okay, now I'm trying to get her to be mean. That intention is bad, and that's what I would say is gossip, and that intention is just cruel, and I'm not.
Gotcha.
I'm not good with that.
Taba, what's your take on that? When is it gossip or when is it girl chat?
Well, my circle is very, very close. Very small. Sorry, very, very small. So I choose the people that I gossip with. And
Taba just said she's a gossip.
I choose. I know this one. Everything will just, it's like writing it on your diary, right? And then locking it. And just, you know. For me, I'm very, very careful with that. I just have my people that I know. These are the people I will gossip with, and that's it. We'll have a little.
That's called a girl chat. Yeah.
Well, when you mention another person's name, it's not girl chat. Girl chat is when you're talking about your meals and whatever. But when you start bringing another
third person into it that's not there,
that's gossip, you know, and we're all guilty of it. But as long as honestly the other person doesn't get to find out, you know, and you don't go and.
No, but a lot of times I'll tell them. Like if you and I are like, you know, chatting about somebody.
So sorry, Suzanne. One thing I like about you is you never say behind someone's back what you can say to their face.
No, that's like a rule that I have.
Yeah.
And so, so if you and I are talking about a third person, you'll get a message from me a couple days later that'd be like, I told her what we were talking about. And you know, I think at first you'll be like, what? You told her? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I took all the blame. Like, I let her know I said it. Even if you said it, I'll let her know I said it. I'll just be like, hey, your name came up. You know, you got caught. We didn't get caught. You know, we've all done it. And so I'll tell someone, then but I will, the loyalty part comes in here. I let you know when I tell the other person.
What I said exactly.
So if it comes back around, you already know, she told you. There was nothing more to it. We had a 10-second conversation about how you got caught. That was the end of it. So as long as you just stay open, then I don't know. Again, if there's no malice, there's no malice. Same.
What's number one rule of friendship for women? Some people say don't marry your friend's a husband.
You know, I want to talk. Can I talk about something for just a minute?
Yes, please.
This keeps coming up in this community. This is a small community. I appreciate
we live on for people who are watching who are not basically where we live. We live in a small community.
In a bubble.
We can say that.
We live in a bubble.
Choose your words carefully.
A fish tank.
This tea is so good, isn't it?
So this keeps happening. So, I mean, it keeps happening to me. So, you know, you become friends with a woman, okay? So let's just say I became friends with Tabo, okay? I make it a point to...
How did we meet Tabo again?
We met at church.
Okay.
I met you here at Barbara's house.
Yeah.
How did I meet you? Okay, I know how I met you, but yeah, keep going. Yeah.
I don't usually have a good memory, but
Keep going. You were going somewhere. Sorry, I took...
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is definitely off course from what we're talking about. But this again came up. So I met you, right, and we become friends. Well, I'm trying to come over and having conversations with you when your husband's at work. A, because I really only socialize when my husband's at work and our husbands work at the same time.
Okay.
B, I don't want to be friends with your husband.
Oh, that was one of my questions. I was gonna ask, can you be friends?
No. I don't have any business being friends with your husband. And by the way, your husband doesn't have any business sending me a Facebook request. He didn't, by the way. Just so you know, he did not.
Okay.
But there have been other girlfriends that I've met who, you know, once the husband starts realizing, okay, these girls are talking quite a bit, let me see who they try to come in through Facebook, right? And no. And I even had someone say the other day, how come you do not address my husband when he's in the room? You and I actually talked about this one day too. You said it is very rude to go in a man's home and not address him or speak to him when he's at home. Yeah. My response is, I'm not coming to see him.
Okay, Suzanne, sorry. I'm going to quickly say something right there.
And I do understand what you're saying. So
and I'm just going to say, I know you don't know what I want to say, but for other people who are watching, I'm African, right? And it's a very African thing, taboo, as you know. I would never go into a woman's house who's my friend. If her husband is sitting, I'm going to say hello. I will say hello.
No, I
might try to make small talk.
No.
Okay.
I might try to make small talk, which would probably won't be more than a minute. Just, hi, how are you? How is work?
No.
I will do that. Because that's how I was raised.
You don't need to know how my husband's work was.
Honestly,
I'm so glad we've had this conversation because Suzanne...
I totally agree with Suzanne.
So, Tab, are you saying that if I come into your house, I'm just going to say, hi, Paul, goodbye?
Let me tell you.
You don't say the goodbye part. You just say,
hi, Paul, and that's it.
Paul will make himself...
I'm so glad we're having these conversations. You know, I'm so glad. I like when my friends come into my house, for example, if my husband is there, I like that my friend can say, hi, it's nice to see you, how is work? You know, some people would even say, how is the family back home? You know, I mean, and they're not going to talk for 5 minutes, but it's just courtesy from my part of the world.
Listen, I get...
But I'm so glad I know these things.
I do agree with you that would be courtesy. I would say... in a small community, okay, where there are women leaving for months at a time without their husbands and things like that, I just think there's a little bit too much room for crazy.
There is, and you know what? Before I moved
does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say there's room for crazy?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we're just drinking tea, by the way.
Yeah. You know,
it's all that's available.
Before I moved here, I mean, obviously, I also had a lot of male requests. My husband,
from people's husbands.
Yes, my husband's been in this fishbowl for a while, so he knew what I didn't know, right? And I thought,
that's nice.
That's normal. That's nice. You know, I met these people. Maybe it's okay. You know, he stopped me right there. He said, "No, you only friends with the wives. You don't know what goes on there." And I never had to ask him what, but for him to say that, he's been here for a while. So I just and it made sense to me anyway. It's not like I was trying to be friends with them. I was actually surprised when I got the friend request. I was like, why? Yeah. You know, but if I do come to your house and I'm looking for you, I'm only gonna say hi. Hello. Is Barbara around? You're not around, I leave. You're around, I go and sit down. I'll never ask him, how was your day? How's work?
Can I come in and wait for
Barbara?
Barbara?
Oh my God.
Now that you're
I like that shirt.
So
oh my God.
okay, Okay, so wait a
Let
minute.
me
Now
come
that you
home
guys
and have
wait,
you sit
wait.
with my husband at my dining
Now
room
that you
table.
guys put it
Go
that
ahead and
way,
let
it
that
does sound a
happen.
little bit kooky. But you know, it's so for example, in my culture, right, we attribute a lot of respect to the men. For example, you know, so it's very customary to say good afternoon. We'll say things like "ekason." You know, if I haven't seen him in a while, like quite a cool.
Can I
Yeah.
stop and ask something else about your
Yeah.
culture?
Yeah.
What is the what's it called when you go outside your marriage? Wait, just one.
What are you talking about?
What is the percentage of men that go outside the marriage in your culture?
Oh, probably 99.9%.
Maybe it's because y'all are talking to him all the time.
Why did I see that coming? No,
I'm
not
sorry.
necessarily.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad we're having this
That's how it
conversation
starts,
because
though.
from
That's how it
I think
starts.
from now on, I mean, I'm not gonna go into somebody's house and say,
You
"Oh,
may
that's
not
a
do
nice
that.
shirt." Oh, no, I'm not going to
You
do
look
that.
good
They're
today.
from-
You lost
Of
some
course
weight.
not. No.
Mm.
And I have had somebody's husband say
Yes,
that to me
I
that I
have
have lost
too.
some weight. I did feel it was a little bit inappropriate.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm usually friendly with everybody, you know. So
I'm not.
I remember coming home and telling my husband like so and so even said I lost her. My husband was like,
Why is he
why is
looking
they
at
even
you
looking
like
at
that?
you in the
Yeah.
first place, you know?
No.
But
Yeah.
that's by the way. So I'm not gonna go and say to my friends' husband, for example, oh, you look good. Oh, those jeans look really nice on you.
Yeah.
But I will be friendly, but with a distance, there's a boundary.
Yeah,
you know?
but your boundary isn't his boundary. And we
Mm.
just don't know where other
But
people's
you know,
husbands'
we
boundaries are.
talked about this, that sometimes you can read people's energy.
Yeah.
You can tell when the friendliness is turning into something else. You know.
Well,
You know.
Bob,
So I think I do.
Bob, don't even give it that chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
You know, don't
Because
give
then
it that
you're stuck in a
opportunity.
fishbowl with
Mhm.
somebody that you know
Yeah.
is your friend, and you know her
Yeah.
husband tried to make a move, and now you
I'm
still
telling
gotta
you.
still gotta go to the
Yeah.
birthday party with her.
You
I mean,
really playing with fire. Don't even do that. You
Yeah.
know, you may be a decent person, but
And I
not
am a
everybody.
decent person.
But not everybody will think like you and do things like you. You know.
I don't even
But
want
it's
it
better
up
not
for
to.
I don't even want it up for discussion. I don't want anyone to say, oh, at the soccer practice I
'Cause that's
saw
how it
her sitting
starts.
over there with Paul and they talked the
Mhm.
whole practice.
And that's how
You're
it
never gonna
starts.
hear that
I'm
about
telling you, the breaking
But
of
you
the
know
ice.
that I have friends whose husbands are like my big brothers, whose husbands are like my uncles.
Are they
'Cause I have a friend-
Nigerians?
They're Nigerians.
Well, that's a different
You
thing.
know, so in
Maybe-
Nigeria
maybe in Nigeria,
we have
it
have
makes sense.
friends.
No, but we're
We
talking
have
about
hold on,
inside
Susan.
this community.
We have friends that are like family to us.
Yes.
You know, I was raised with people who are related to me by blood, but outside of our, family circles, I would say she's my cousin, or
Yeah.
she would say she's my cousin, or I have auntie friends who say aburo mini, which means she's my little sister. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean, but have you noticed even the parties here?
Mm,
I don't know about the Nigerian parties, but the parties in general,
mm.
the women sit there,
And
the
then
husband sits
sit on the
there.
other side. There's a reason
When I
for
first
that.
got here, I thought it's weird. Why isn't everybody mixing?
Don't
but
you think we need a
I'm-
fan in this room?
I'm not gonna sit here with all the women and then leave the women, go sit with some man and start asking, oh my gosh.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah. Or how is
How is the
Slumberjay?
weather? How is
Or
this?
how
All that,
is-
you know?
How is HSBC?
You
What's
enroll.
going on in what other company is really nice?
You-
How is
yeah.
Celtel going now
Exactly.
in Nigeria? It's
You know,
MTN.
you in Rome, you do what the
Yeah.
Romans do. Even
Yeah.
though you don't understand it, even
Yeah.
though, but you know what? That's how it is. Just do
Yeah.
there is a reason for it.
yeah.
I don't think people in general abide by that rule here. I just abide by that rule because it is a small community and I just don't want it. I don't necessarily abide by that in the US. Like my girlfriend, I could call, my best friend's husband and say, I want to surprise her, pick me up from the airport.
So why can't we
And
do that
we-
here?
she just told you. Everybody's got a lot of time in their hands.
Okay, got you. I missed that part.
And also, if it goes wrong, you can't escape it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay?
Got
If
it.
something happens between my girlfriend's house and the airport with her husband in the car, okay, I can get to her house, I can tell her, and I can cab her back to the airport.
Yeah. Now, this is going to lead to the next question.
Yeah.
What can you tell your friends and what can't you tell your friends? For example, if you have a friend who has a cray-cray husband, for example, if a husband is a man about town and you know and she doesn't know, do you tell your friend?
You really think she doesn't know?
Okay, maybe she doesn't know.
Okay.
All I can tell you is this: me.
Yeah.
If I see your husband, I know your husband, and I see your husband with another woman getting all cozy,
You're going to tell
to
me.
an extent where I see.
Yeah.
I
And you're
don't
going to tell your
know.
friend. Yeah, yeah.
I will. I'll tell you. Sorry, I'm gonna tell you, and maybe we're not gonna be friends because I don't know how you're gonna react towards me. But I will tell you.
Suzanne, will you tell?
First of all, if there's anything I can't tell you, we're not friends. But
Right.
here's what I would do. I would rock right up to him with that girl next to him, and I would say to both of them, you have 48 hours to tell her, or I will.
High five.
Because it's his job to tell you. It's not my job
Yeah.
to tell you.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't make it his job,
Yeah.
okay, now I get to tell you two things about your husband.
Yeah.
First of
First of
all,
all-
he's a cheat.
Second of all, I
he's
give
a
it
P-U-S-S-Y.
because he can't tell you.
Because he's on
Yeah.
to go fess up.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
because
Now you got to leave him.
Not me smiling over there.
The thing is, we're friends, right? We're just, you can say we're family. You
Yeah.
know, you're friends. You're really, 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 how are you going to really sit there and smile and just be all happy with your friends and you know something that could really shake her world,
Okay,
right?
I got you.
But I would give him the opportunity.
Sure,
I personally
makes
would
sense.
give him the opportunity to
sense.
say
Yeah.
something. And I would also give the woman, who is another woman who might not know what's going on,
Yeah.
I would also give her the opportunity to know
Stop shaking the
what
camera, Natalie.
to know what she's doing. Because maybe he's lied to her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I give her the opportunity to be a good woman and stop seeing him. And I give him the opportunity to be a real man.
Not if you agree.
She doesn't.
And shake your head if you don't agree.
She doesn't. She
She
doesn't.
doesn't agree. Okay.
That's okay, she's younger than we are.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen it all yet.
One question that
I understand why.
how long have we been going for? I have no idea. Okay. One more
Does
question.
anybody like us?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, nice! Are people watching?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! But hold on.
Cool.
Do you think you have to be friends with your husband's best friend's wife? Do you have to be friends with her?
Do they?
So, for example, if your husband's best friend's wife is the most annoying person that you've ever met, and excuse me, I take my words back. There's a place for grace,
Yeah, sure.
There's a place for grace. There's a place to tolerate people sometimes. Do you think you have, and your husband really likes his friend, they've been friends for a really long time, right? But
I
you don't
mean-
really like her. She's not really your cup of tea. What do you think? Do
You
stay
don't
friends?
have to be friends with her, but since they're best friends, you probably will see her once in a while. All you can do is just be kind, be decent to people. That's all. You don't have to be friends with them. If you probably have nothing in common with them. What's the basis of friendship? We're
The
not gonna
husbands.
be
Yeah,
The basis
Yeah.
would be the husband.
the husband.
the husbands, but like you said, maybe she's the most annoying person or whatever for you. But obviously she's probably a great person to some other people. I think you'll see them, you can still be around them, but you don't necessarily have to call them your friend.
You have something you want to say?
No, I don't know. This doesn't apply to me because we just don't have that situation.
Yeah.
And I actually read a long time ago that very few males actually have best friends. So I don't know how much.
Does
how
my husband- does your husband have a
common
best
of
friend?
problem that is.
I
My husband does not have. I mean, he doesn't have someone that is a best friend, and he definitely would not say, "I really want us to double date with these people," or "I really
Yeah.
want us to travel with
Yeah.
something." No, my husband wants me, and that's it. He doesn't want anybody else there. Now, I would be the one
yeah.
to say, I
That's
would really like to
so.
take a trip with my best friend.
Yeah. So hold on, Suzanne. Sorry, and I
And
keep
it would
doing
be
this.
different.
Yeah. Finish. You know.
No.
Yeah. So I had a conversation with a friend recently, and she said, "Oh, I don't need any friends. I don't need any friends. My husband is my best friend."
Oh, no.
Do you agree
No.
that you really don't need other friends because your husband is? Like, she said, "Oh, I tell my husband everything, and he tells me everything, and we're best friends, and I don't have time for drama, so I really don't have friends."
That sounds to me like he's brainwashed her.
Yeah.
I try to
Drama, drama is good.
I've been trying to
Drama
say
is
it.
good.
Even you will have drama with your husband.
Yes.
Drama is okay. I don't.
It's the spice
see,
of life. Having drama is a good thing.
Your husband will understand
think.
you because he's
But
your
I don't,
husband.
you don't have to take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a woman.
Mm.
Women. There's no way we're so complex. You can't
Yeah.
just tell me you just need your husband because there's so many things that men will never even get about women. You
True.
know. So I think we're so complex. You can't just say, "Oh, I just need my husband."
Like, I'm not asking my husband if this foundation looks nice on me at the drugstore. For example, I'm not telling my husband about the crazy sale in Zara. That's even if he knows what
Yeah.
Zara is, you know? Yeah, so I do agree. My husband and I are very close,
Yeah.
and yes, he's one of my best friends, but he's not my
Absolutely.
only best friend. Yeah. You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly would be concerned for her.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. I would be concerned for her for a number of reasons. If anything happened to him, heaven forbid, or if he changed his mind,
Yeah.
she would be a very, very lonely and lost person. And I just don't think anyone should put themselves in that position. Like, I can tell you right now, if God forbid something happened to my husband right now, there are at least 3 people that would take me in, pay all my bills, and not related to me, by the way, pay all my bills until I got, whatever settled, and would like watch my kid while I took care of
Stuff.
arrangements. A woman that lives her life like that, what would she do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I mean, I'm not obviously wishing that anything bad happens to anyone's husband.
Yeah.
But I think that we have to be realistic that we live we're mortal. Like, we're
Yeah.
all gonna die, and we do kind of have to know that it takes a community
Yeah.
to support you, to help you raise
So
your
everybody
children.
needs a woman in her boat.
Yes.
Every woman does.
I mean,
needs at least
Yeah.
one woman in her boat, right?
You need people.
You
We're
need
not
people.
meant to be just
Yes.
just
Solitude.
you.
We're not meant to live on an
And
island.
you will
Yes,
feel it.
I completely agree.
You will feel it. I mean, you stay home and you will feel, oh my gosh, you're not gonna go crazy, but there's not a lot of stimulation. You need that. We all need that. And you get that from different people. You get motivation, inspiration, you get laughter. I mean, you get so many things from being around people.
different
Why would you
perspective.
wanna
True.
just-
And and
Maybe
we've talked
just-
about this. I don't know if we really touched. How do you know when it's time to let go of a friend? How do you know when the season of that friendship is over? How do you know? How can you tell?
I think the same way that you can tell any relationship is over, when you're having more bad times than good times.
What are some red flags that pop up? For
Well,
example.
respect in any relationship is needed. If I'm not respecting you, I'm not respecting your boundaries. I am just inconsiderate, insensitive. I am just the worst person, the opposite of probably what I used to be towards, well, what you would call a friend. Then why are we friends?
Have you ever had a friend that, or have you ever met
But
someone
sometimes
that?
you just outgrow each other.
Yes,
Like,
I
sometimes
agree.
it's not like a big thing like what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
not like betrayal
Yeah.
or
Insincerity
dishonesty
or whatever.
or anything like that. It's literally like we used to party all the time.
And
We
just-
had so much fun. I used to not care when you didn't show up for stuff. But like
Yes.
now, my
Yeah,
time is more
exactly,
valuable.
exactly. I like friends that
Now,
support
when
me.
you cancel
that
at
show
the
up,
last minute, now when I just
Yeah.
booked a babysitter and you changed your mind,
Yeah.
now I'm not going to tolerate that
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Like your tolerance
Yeah,
changes
yeah.
for things, and
You have no time for BS.
I think and I think you will just see less and less of them. Their presence in your life is less and less. Maybe you used to hang out, you don't hang out anymore. No communication, only not because you don't want to. They're doing something
Sometimes
different.
because you don't want to. Sometimes.
Yeah, but maybe you are doing different things like raising kids,
Okay, yeah.
being a mother, being a wife, doing this, and they have something different. So you just are not able to meet up and be friends. That's when you see, where you just two different roads.
Got you. Yeah.
I found what I was surprised about is that I found that when my high school best friend and I both had children, and but our parenting styles were very different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I tried very, very hard not to be judgmental, just to accept that it's different and move on. But there becomes a point where it can really interrupt a friendship because, someone will have a really strong idea on a certain topic that you have the opposite very strong idea about, and it starts to just really build a wedge because you start to question, like, foundationally, how were we friends in the first place if you're willing to let your kid do this, which I would never let my kid, you know what I mean? And as those big issues start to come up and you differ, the wedge just gets deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where you're like, we can't do this anymore. We're just on such an important issue called raising children. When we're on two different spectrums, I can't find a middle ground. I mean, like, sure, we could still talk about like other things, but once you're a mother, things always end up coming back to the kids. And when you just have, I don't know, I'm actually struggling with that right now. So
and things like that usually lead to breakups in the friendship. Is there any such thing as friendship breakup or confrontations in friendship? Or do you address situations? I'm not a confrontational person, for example. And I usually just, with my friendship, I usually just sweep things under the carpet and I will just withdraw from you gradually till there's no life of the friendship anymore. How do you guys handle things like that? So, for example, if you have a friend who things are changing between you, do you confront the issue? Like, do you speak to your friend about it, or do you just let the friendship evaporate?
I mean, in my situation, I've had to let go of certain friends, not because I wanted to, but I felt that there were important events in my life where I really needed them, and I made it known to them that, hey, I'm gonna need you. This is very important to me, and they were just not there.
Yeah, that's happened to me too before.
They were not there at all, and then that's when I realized, this is something this is a huge. It means a lot to me. You need to be there for me, and you were not there for me, and not because
don't just be there. Show up.
Show up, and I'm all about, okay, I have plans and da 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 da. I mean, I'm just gonna talk about it. Okay, this is me getting married. I'm telling you, like, a year in advance, months and months. I mean, I'm not just like calling you and like, hey, I'm getting married next week.
Yeah, we're not going to Las Vegas.
It's exactly. You've had enough time to plan and da 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 da, and really rearrange your schedule to be there for me. And like, it's just like having your father walk you down the aisle.
Yeah,
and
you
he
need
just
your
doesn't
friends.
show up.
Yeah.
There's certain.
That's almost not forgivable. I mean, not literally.
It's not. It's
not literally.
Under God's terms, you could forgive them, but I don't think
Yeah.
that you could ever trust that person again. I mean, they literally. Maya Angelou always says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
The first time, believe them. Yes.
Believe them. And
Yes.
so
I
That-
know,
oh gosh, that is
it
so
gives
true.
me it gives me chills at
Yeah.
the time.
Yes,
but it
exactly.
is so true. And the older that
Yes.
I get, the more that I see that
That
it's
is so true.
Yeah.
And that quote again was, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, you better believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And actions speak louder.
that's true.
They
That
may
is
say,
so
oh, I
true.
love you,
Yeah.
I'm here for you, but if they're not showing it to you, there's no point.
Yeah.
And so, for me, after that, that's when I realized, okay.
I had this one friend
friendship
who, and our friendship has, I don't even think we're friends anymore. I mean, we'll be cordial to each other if we see each other. The very first time we went together, we had lunch together. The waiter brought, I don't know whatever it was he brought to the table. And she went berserk on the waiter. I can't remember what he did. I don't think he even spilled anything, but she made such a huge fuss, right? But immediately, she switched back. Stop giving me that eye, because I know you probably know who it is.
No, it's
But,
not even
okay,
that. It's
but,
just that
okay,
that
so-
could be me. You know, that waiter could be me.
Exactly,
If you are willing
exactly.
to
Well, I thought
treat
you meant
a
that was-
stranger like that, that
Exactly.
could be me.
Thank you so much. But, Suzanne, here is where it goes really, really weird. She was able to switch back immediately to being the really nice friend and really cool girl. But you know what? I really didn't like what she did. But we carried on with our friendship because I liked her. She was funny, spunky, and all of that, right?
I feel like you should have really said something.
I
to
didn't
her.
say anything, and
Right
that's it.
there.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, and which brings me back to my, and I should have known that she probably wasn't going to be a really good friend because of the way she treated somebody else. But I know that now, Now,
But it would have been better if you had asked her and then get a response from her. Hear
So,
where she
Tabo,
was
and
coming
this
from
is-
at that point.
got you, and this leads me to my second question. This was a new girl that I only just met.
this is just their first.
This was just like our friend. You know how you have first dates? So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do have like
Yeah.
first friendship dates,
Absolutely.
And this takes me to my question of, sometimes you have something called, I read about it recently, woman crush. You meet someone and you think, oh, I really want her to be my friend. She's
Absolutely.
cool and, all of it. Has that ever happened to you? And
All
Yeah.
my friendships are me pursuing.
yes.
Honestly, like
She's on from
Yes.
I see someone or I meet someone and I'm like, I want to be friends with that girl and
Yeah.
I will court her.
How do you handle rejection? Has anyone ever rejected your friend courtship? Friendship.
I would initially no, long term yes. So like initially no. I mean,
Yeah.
like this one was a slow start. I was about to give up on recording.
I remember.
Oh my god. You know what? Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm so glad that you never really gave up on our friendship because I'm
No,
telling
the
you.
courting. We weren't even friends yet,
I know.
girl. I almost gave up on the courting.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly. Thank you.
Oh, we're having a moment. Zooming on them.
Just thank you because.
Okay. Yeah.
But she couldn't just actually had to try and get the door 4 times.
Like,
Okay, let's go back.
yeah, I think, you definitely need friends and, I'm very, very particular and I'm also very choosy and I choose different energies that I want in my life and I feel like, she obviously adds to me and she
It
brings
took
that.
me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, it did. But I'll tell you what, I had a lot of signs that always
Brought you back to
Confirmed.
me.
confirmed that she was a good friend. It's crazy. I don't even want to get because
Yeah.
you don't want me.
How
to
can
get
you
stuck.
tell
She's
when
cosmic.
How can you tell when someone
She's cosmic. I'm not
is a
kidding.
good person? Yeah, I know that about Taboo. We had a long conversation about
Yeah.
that, right? Suzanne, let me ask Suzanne because I know I've heard from you. How can you tell if someone is a good person or not when you first meet them?
The way they treat other people,
Mm.
first of all.
Mm.
The way they talk about their spouse. That is a
Mm.
really big one for me.
Mm.
And by looking at their other friendships.
Mm. Yeah, those are 3 things.
So yeah,
So-
I would say those are the main things. But I think the way that a woman treats her spouse says a lot about her.
I agree with you. It makes me very uncomfortable when I'm in someone's house, for example, and she's just being plain disrespectful to her spouse.
Or vice versa.
We're gonna round up in a minute, Suzanne, and I wish Tabo was still here. Do you have any last words about friendship?
I would say that friendships evolve. And the friends, you can have lifetime friendships as long as you bring each other along for the ride. So I think a big part of friendship is no matter how many miles are between you, that you constantly check on each other. And directly. Not like through social media on a big page or anything like that, that you send a private personal message to the person and that you do it on a regular basis, just to touch base. Like there's always times where like months can go by or a year can go by and you can see each other and pick up right back where you left off.
Yeah.
And that's fabulous. That will happen with some of your very best friends. But I still think that we all have a need to know that we're on someone's mind. We all have a need to know that, you know, they really want to know, are we okay this week or this month? And they're not just reaching out on holidays or your birthday. Like on a regular Tuesday, you wake up to something that says, you know, what's going on today? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? And you kind of keep up with each other on some kind of a level. I just think it's important to check in.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank
And
you
I'm
for
so glad
having
Tabo
me.
also came. For me, I would say this. If you have that one person who's your really good friend, who's your soul sister, I'm very happy for you. And I hope that your friendships can remain pure and, you know, remain really, really good. And if you don't have that one person, I think you should put yourself out there, because I believe that every woman, everybody, every girl needs that one person, at least that one person. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again sometime soon. God bless.